Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And guess what? I'm burning up in the Dominican Republic. I am having fun burning up, but tell you what, we're here, vacation, having an absolutely wonderful time.
And you didn't take me.
Well, somebody had to stay home and handle it down the phone. We got a fantastic show coming your way, and I tell you, it's when you have friendships that you grew up with, you've been together for 50 plus years, and you still kind of like each other, you still see each other, you still love each other, you travel together, and that bond is for everlasting. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. How you doing, Dr. Cooley?
I'm hot.
You're
It
exactly.
is hot up in here. But we're having a great time. Oh my gosh. We went to the beach today. It was amazing.
$5.
Can you hear me?
It's amazing. I tell you what, I want to bring the radio, television, YouTube, all 6 other 5 platforms together at the same time. So, my main man Todd is getting ready to take over, and then we're gonna go into it. And you know what? We got a fantastic show. Michelle, you got the first portion of it until I get up there. So here we go with the radio.
Lowest prices ever. Don't delay. Order today. Now, let's sing.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Wow. We got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. And I tell you, let's kind of do that again. Let's do it like this.
J.C. Cooley.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I tell you what, we're in the Dominican Republic. We're having a great time. I got friends that we've been together for 50-something years. I'm not going to tell you because I got my main man, D-Man, who's like 80 years older than us. But that's all right. He's okay. And he like to call everybody his big brother. But, I tell you, we're going to find out a little bit more about that one later. We got all my boys here, and I tell you what, we're going to have an absolutely fantastic time. And Todd, anytime you together with a lot of friends for 50 plus years, you ain't there yet, Todd, so you don't know nothing about that. But you create these bonds, the friendship, this love for each other, and you want to do everything together. So that's what we're going to do today. So Dr. Cooley, will you tell our viewers and our listeners the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce the great, absolutely fantastic guests?
Oh, yeah. So the title of today's show is Bonds That Last, Friendship. So, we're going to talk about the role of friendship in personal growth, lifelong lessons from friendship, navigating changes and challenges together, and encouragement and motivation that friends provide each other. So we're going to talk about with our guest today. Our first guest is Billy J. Harper, who was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and graduated from DeVry University. He currently holds a leadership position with the state agency. He has over 30 plus years in telecommunications. While working in sales as a senior account executive, he was awarded the Honor Circle Award Achievement multiple times. This achievement is awarded to the top sales executive, which leads to company-sponsored trips. Billy is an accomplished state-certified claims adjuster and claims producer. He also holds a certification as a catastrophe, fire, property, and auto claims adjuster. His hobbies are financial planning and spending time with his wife, Pam, married 32 years, and their 2 adult children and their amazing grandson. So please welcome to the show, Billy J. Harper. I'm going to put you in, Billy. Hold on. Well, okay. So we're going to get to Billy a little bit later on. Actually, here he is. Hi, Billy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. We're doing fantastic. How are you enjoying this amazing vacation in the Dominican Republic with your friends?
Oh, we're just having a fabulous time. It's always good to be able to get together with the friends that you love and just to relax and leave work behind and enjoy the moment. And that's what we're doing at this particular time.
Well, great. So besides what was read in your bio, we talked about what you're doing at the state agency. Can you tell the audience something about yourself that is not in your bio?
I don't think it was mentioned that I was born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Mhm.
Okay. I graduated from Kirkman Technical High School. Once I graduated from Kirkman, I enrolled in school down here in Atlanta. Graduated from DeVry University. Once I graduated from DeVry University, I was offered a job with a company. At that particular time, the name of the company was called Northern Telecom. So that name changed over the period of years to Nortel Networks. With Nortel, I worked a total of 19 years with them. I have a
Mhm.
total of over 30 plus years of telecommunications experience. From there, I went into sales, worked for AT&T, worked with them for virtually 13 years. And I got to a point to where I wanted to kind of change my landscape and do something a little differently. That's when I switched over to the insurance side, learned a whole lot about the insurance business and how it works. And from there, I got a job with the Department of Labor. I'm a manager there now, and the group that I manage is the team that when a person is paid benefits that they're not entitled to, my team actually do the investigation to determine whether it's considered fraud or not. And that's what I.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. So, can you tell us one adjective that would be used to describe the essence of who you are and why you chose that adjective?
I would say competitive. And the reason why I chose competitive is that I'm just built to win. Anything that I start out to do, I always finish, and I've always had a really high self-esteem of myself to always do the best that I can and to always succeed in anything that I endure.
Wow. So, we're talking about the title of the show is Bonds That Last Friendships. So,
Mhm.
what does friendship mean to you and how do you value friendships?
So what friendship means to me is just having a mutual bond, and having that mutual bond means to have the love, the trust, the ability to know that that friend has your back and you have your friend's back. And you probably have heard the term before that a friend can be as close or if not closer than having a brother, and that's what I have in the friendship with my friend with Mr. Cooley and
Mhm.
some of the other friends here with Charles Gore and Mr. T. Ware. We've just really, really bonded and had just an excellent time here, just spending time together, along with our wives as well. So, in a nutshell, I would say friendship is just having that mutual bond, respect, love for one another.
Sometimes people use the word friend very loosely. Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. But to be a friend of Billy J. Harper, what exactly does that mean?
Just having trust. I have a lot of people that may be in my circle, but I don't consider those people as being friends. They're my associates. So, having a friend is just having that person that you can rely on, that person that you can trust. And without that, without the trust, without the reliability, to me, they're just an associate.
Wow. So, how do your friendships contribute to your emotional support and resilience during tough and challenging times?
Well, it's always good to have a friend that you can reach out to when you're going through bad times. You can call that person and to be able to really explain and be able to really discuss personal matters with them and knowing that it's not going to go any further than you wish for it to. So just having that trust and just knowing that that person is going to be there to support you. And that's what it means to me.
Wow. So we have Dr. Balanae Jur here, and she's gonna ask a question about friendship as well. So you're up, Balin.
Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing extraordinarily well. Blessed and so happy to be a part of this conversation. You know, one of the things as I was listening to you, I was going, okay, you the head of the fraud squad. and you know, and also thinking about what this topic is about today, friendship. One of the things that I think of, and I'm sure there's probably some similarities, is one of the things that I value about friendship is the fact that people that I'm very close to, we're actually like-minded. We have the same values, we have the same standards, but we also hold each other accountable, and we also empower each other to have the greatest demonstration of our infinite potential. And certainly, uh, my connection with Michelle and James has certainly been very supportive and encouraging me in that way. And so I just wondered if you would share your thoughts and your experiences about how friendship impacts you in those ways.
Well, and I agree with you 100% as far as valuing the friendship. There has to be a level of similarity there. And with that level of similarity, you know, I can piggyback on some of the things that James and I have been very similar and parallel to. You know, we both have always had a very competitive nature. And with that competitive nature, you know, we challenge each other from a positive perspective. And with that, we've allowed each other to, you know, I can go to James, he can ask me anything. Same thing here. You know, he can come to me if he have a question about something, you know, he'll ask me and vice versa. But just knowing that, you know, you do have similar things that you can respect from one another. And that's one of the things that he and I have been able to do throughout our friendship. I think
Hold that thought, Billy. We're gonna take a
Mhm.
station break, but I tell you, we're gonna come back and we're gonna bring everybody on, and we're gonna talk about this friendship that we've been having for a lifetime, and hopefully we got many more years to come. So I tell you, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you got to do is pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344-1170, or what you can do is go to the platforms, over 65 live streaming platforms that you watch us on. Go to the comments, ask any questions that you might have, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. All right. Check it out. It's Dr. James JC Cooley. Hey, let's go. The James
A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, the true life coming of age story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep south town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Doctor James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, ain't nothing but a party, baby. That's what it is. We over in the Dominican Republic. I mean, I'm over here with my best friends in the world, and I tell you, their families, we're having fun. I wish you were there. That's why we're sharing this message with you, and I tell you, these four gentlemen three gentlemen that we are getting ready to talk to you with and about, and all of this other great things. I love them. Each one of them are just like my brothers. You just heard from Billy Harper. I want you guys to meet Charles D. Man Gore. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. It's good to see you. Good to be part of your show, man. I'm enjoying life, bro. Everything
Hey, man,
is
that's what
going
it's all
well.
about.
Nice.
You know, it's so important that we, even though we grew up together, that we continue to carry on and build our friendship. Most people, they grew up together or come out of high school, they disappear. They don't talk to each other for the next 50 or 60 or maybe never again. It was seven of us, eight of us, well, seven now, that we got a 50-year-long relationship, 50 plus years. In your case, D, man, you know I always have to say you're 80, man, because you're the youngest of the group.
I'm glad you realized that, man.
Hey, D, man, why don't you tell viewers and our listeners a little bit about you, man? You're so fascinating and you're just a wonderful guy. Introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, I'm Charles Gore. I'm born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Went to Chattanooga High School. From high school, I went to Dubai as well and graduated from Chattanooga State College. Moved to Huntsville, Alabama, worked a couple of years down there in the tech industry back in 1982. From there, I came back to Atlanta in 1985 and worked at Southern Tech, which is now Kennesaw State College. From there, I've worked at CNN for 17 years before my journey bridged over with the Atlanta Hawks for the last 35 years total between CNN and the Atlanta Hawks. It's been a great journey. It's been a great learning experience. It's been a lot of exposure for me, being from Chattanooga, traveling the world, meeting people, living, learning about different cultures, and everything has been great. And, I tell everyone, it's a big world out there. You got to go out there and see it, man. It's wonderful. It is a beautiful thing.
How long have me and you been friends, man? How old were we when we first met?
I think I was 5. I'm not sure how old you were at that time, but yeah, we've known each other since kindergarten, man. I mean, it's been a long time. Great. It's been wonderful, man. It's always been a pleasure to be a friend of yours, JC, and I always will be a friend of yours, and you guys, Billy, as well. Now, I've known you guys. We've done some great things together. We've had some great times together, and let's continue to do it, and not just stop this party just yet.
No, one thing that the viewers, all of us are born and raised in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yep.
And I like to say that success, each one of us, and many of us came from what they call the hood, the project, whatever you want to call it. But
Right.
with prodigies of that, and that just lets you know you can do anything that you set your mind to do. I mean, regardless of which situation you're in, always remember your current situation is not your final destination. Let me say that one more
That
time.
is true.
Your
That is
current
true.
situation is not your final destination.
Nation.
So um, I believe that our relationship, which has spanned 50 plus years, each one will bring unique talents to each other to keep each one of us in line and grounded.
Yes.
I know you guys deepest secrets, and you guys know mine, and we're never gonna tell. So hey, I want to
Right.
introduce the fourth member of what we call him T. Ware. T. Ware. He's sitting over here looking, Chattanooga, Tennessee as well. Hey, T. Ware, why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers and our listeners?
My name is Thomas Ware. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I graduated from City High School along Charles. Excuse me. Graduated, went to college for a few years, had to return home due to the family situation. And I've had a illustrious career with UPS for 43 years. And with these guys, when you say friendship, it's really family for me. Because when you're able to call somebody that you've known from an early age and they still can give you sound advice because they've been through some of them struggles too. And then on top of that, they can give you criticism that you can accept because they know what you're going through. And for me, I don't talk to JC as much, but I talk to Charles quite a bit. We're going through things, and we've all gone through things over the last 50 years. And we're going to still continue to go through things. But it's always good to have that. I don't like to say friendship. I say that family member that's closer than a brother that you can call at any time with any problem. And they're not going to, give you unconstructive viewpoints. It's all about helping each other and getting through the struggle together. I mean, we've got a good journey, but it ain't over with. This is the new chapter of all these retired people.
Yes. That's right. You are so correct, Thomas. I mean, we all have had illustrious careers. I've been the VP of information technology for the Atlanta Hawks here for a while now, and that's coming to a close. I'm looking forward to this next chapter and seeing what we can do and what out there for us, man. As we continue down this journey and having fun and meeting up worldwide.
Absolutely. Saying this, it brings us back to when we was kids, and we got child psychiatrists. Oh, right here, right now. Dr. Ballender, yeah, it was the reason why I asked you to do this, because Dr. Ballin can also put together some of the things I told when we were growing up, and that keeps us together then while we're still together now, and also to throw a couple of nuggets out there for our kids and our grandkids. So, Dr. Ballin, you got the floor for about 5 minutes.
Well, you know what? One of the things that I noticed, and Billy said this in his response to me, was he was talking about the friendly competition that you all have. And I think that there's actually a somewhat of a difference between the way men and women have friendships in that way, and that friendly competition. Like, for instance, I remember seeing a movie and it was a bunch of surfers, and they were high ranking surfers. So one of the things that they would do is they would encourage each other, but they would also push each other. If one of them, got hit by one of those huge waves where they took a beating and was subject not to want to get back on the board, they were like, "Oh man, you ain't chicken, are you?"
Yeah.
And so of course, in order to avoid looking bad, he would get back on the board. And so of course, what that was doing was forcing him to overcome his fear. So I was just wondering if you all would address that in terms of it sounds like, do you all have that same experience with each other of pushing each other to excel, do your best, and overcoming your fears?
I'm gonna let Billy Harper answer that one because we got too many break, Billy.
Yeah, we do because and this will date back to high school. James and I, we've always, had that competitive nature toward one another, even after high school. Just to give you a little bit of a story here. Um, so we both play high school football. I end up tearing my knee up, and I was offered a scholarship. However, I was told by the college that if you walk on and make the team, we can offer you that scholarship. But with the injuries that you've had, we can't offer you a scholarship with that. So I had to go to Plan B. My Plan B was that James and I were going to enter the Navy as buddies at that particular time. They had a partnership at that time. Well, I was told by the Navy that in order for them to accept me, I would have to go to Nashville, and they would have to do. I would have to see an orthopedic surgeon, and I just said, forget it. I'll just go to Atlanta, which was my journey, and that's why I ended. But even after that, James and I, we got into investments. We started talking about it.
Hold that thought, Billy. Hold that thought because that's
Okay.
so important about the investment portion. We're gonna
Okay.
take a station break, but I tell you, I can just feel it in the air that people are. I'm excited about this now. I want to hear some more about this. So, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344-1170, or go to the platforms to watch this song. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer because it's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Not their final destination. Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet, is the unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet, by Dr. James Cooley, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, we're sharing some of the stories growing up, and things that we're hoping that's going to help us in life. And Dr. Ballin asked the question. I'm gonna ask her to repeat the question. So if anybody in the audience that are listening did not hear it, can you repeat that question one more time, Dr. Bell?
Sure. E- Essentially, what I asked was, do you feel that in your relationship with your lifelong friends as men, do you feel that it pushes you to excel but also overcome your fears when you experience some adversity that's harmful, that might shut you down? And before the break, you left off talking about how your past, why you intended to walk that path with JC, because of a sports injury. It split, and you were about to talk about the investment uh, opportunity that you encountered.
As you see, Billy, a psychiatrist, they don't forget that.
Very
I
well
just I tell
versed.
I tell I tell people I pay close attention to everything you say.
Hey, Billy, can you pick it up from there, man?
Yeah. So I pick it up from there. So um, once I became interested in investments, um, I brought it to James' attention. He had come to Atlanta one weekend, and I won't tell you the year because then it would be exhibiting our ages here. So, but anyway, um, I started reading and learning about investments, and it became very interesting to me. And once I saw the magic behind compound interest, is when I wanted to share this idea with my friend. I said, "Hey, man, look," I said, "there's some opportunities out there." I said, "I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you advice. I'm giving you some tips here on how you can get started, where you can get started." And it was many times to where when I became aware of when there was a stock split, I would give him a tip on that split, and James would invest into it, and we would kind of measure each other's success again in a positive way, which kind of push each one of us to want to excel and do better, And I think having that positive competition really gave us the drive to be the best men that we are today. So, I thank him for pushing me, and we never showed envious toward one another. It was always positive influence, um, no negative influence. It was always, and James can tell you today, if he asked me a question, I wouldn't answer him as to what he wanted to hear. I would basically tell him how I felt, and whether he liked it or not, or whether I liked it or not, we would accept it and we would move on. And, we would thank each other for being honest and not holding grudges and so forth and so on. So, James has been like a brother to me for, many, many, many years. And so as the other two guys is on the cast too. So, just having that bond and having that friendship and having that competition is healthy. It's healthy for the friendship.
And
I
I
was
believe
gonna say, does that include that disclaimer that you gave him? Because you like,
You
bruh,
got
if you mess up, it's on you. It ain't
Hey,
on
blame
me.
me.
It's my disclaimer.
That's right.
Yes.
but let me say this though. Um, yeah, disclaimer and all that, but just by truthful, honesty, loyal, and the love, you're not gonna give neither one of, I call my boys, any bad advice. If you won't do it, why would you tell them something? Because each one of you guys is so smart, so brilliant, they gonna do their research and they gonna check it out. Especially D-man is what we call him.
Well,
Charles.
I think we all have that ambition, right? We got that drive that, we want to succeed and we're going to succeed. We've been successful, right? We've had some great careers, over the years, and we're still we're still growing, we're still learning, we're still trusting in each other, we're still, sharing information. And it's all about that camaraderie that we have with one another, man, that makes it so special.
And Thomas, your thoughts?
That's like I said, man, if the bond between you guys and me is closer than some of my family members, because I can talk to y'all about anything, whether it's as a disclaimer, we all have secrets and we know each other's secrets. But as far as this journey that we've been on for the last 50 plus years, it has been a moment you can't call and say, hey man, I'm having a struggle with this, or even raising children, or problems on the job. And you can take the criticism from one of these guys with love. You're not going to fight back. I'm not going to fight back on it because, as my mom always told me, I was hard-headed. So when it comes from somebody that I know has been through or going through the same thing I'm going through, it must be some logic behind it. So the journey is not over, but it's going to be beautiful. The last day, I have to hit that clock for that company and start living life. We can really start.
So something I
it's gonna be even better.
I know sometimes it can be hard for men to be vulnerable and to share their full humanity with other people. So given the length of your friendships, how easy is it between you all to expose that vulnerability and expose that soft underbelly without worrying about again being attacked or being, because I know of course y'all do the joking and the little jabbing thing, but when it comes down to the serious stuff, how easy is it for you all to do that with each other?
I would say it's pretty easy for me because just knowing that even though men are not supposed to be emotional and men are not supposed to cry, and that's what we hear, but that doesn't apply to me. Even though I'm not soft or anything like that, but if I become emotional, if I feel as though that if it's something that even belittles me, I don't mind sharing that because I know I will overcome it. And I know with just conversation and getting some positive influence for my boys, I'm going to get to that next level. So it doesn't bother me at all about, being ashamed or, being emotional. Yeah, I've grown past that. So, as a man, it's okay to cry.
Well, you notice what I said though, expressing your full humanity, the full range of your humanity, because that's stuff that y'all don't feel and that you don't cry, and that other stuff is just it's nonsense. It's I think actually, certainly as a psychiatrist, I think it's one of the things that interferes with men's ability to heal their emotional wounds when you're told that you don't have them, and to show them means that you're weak or there's something wrong with you in terms of your character.
I agree.
Well, for me, if I can say, let's put this in, it's very, very easy for me to expose, feelings with these guys, because like I said, it's not going to be a thing where I'm going to be talked about it. I'm going to get help with it. I'm going to get that therapy that I might have to come to you to get, but I'm going to get it free.
Well, guess what? JC gets it free too.
Oh, really?
It's free for me. So,
but I mean, like I said, over the years that I've known these guys, there've been a lot of problems. There've been a lot of situations. But to be able to call somebody, and like I said, you don't want a cheerleader. You want everybody's got to have a support system. And to have a support system that I know is genuine, coming from a genuine place, coming with true love behind it. And nobody's trying to be detrimental to anybody. We want to see each one of us excel, because I can tell you right now, there's been some things I've gone through that I would not have made them through if it hadn't been not for these guys. And those struggles are not over, but at this particular age in life, they're a little bit easier to deal with, especially if you call somebody and say, hey man, well, then we laughed about it afterwards. But I don't have a problem with exposing my feelings. I've cried plenty of times and probably will cry again, because I made a statement earlier, mental health is a serious issue. So,
hey, hold that thought. We're going to have to take another station break. I don't want to, but we got to pay the bills. So we're going to take a station break and we're going to come back. We're going to pick it up. We're going to continue this great conversation. And we're going to talk some more. So if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is pick up the phone, dial 1-888-344-1170. My main man, Todd, at KCB Studio, would pick it up, answer and pass it through. Or You go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer because it's your life. And we'll see you shortly after.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be on it, to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, the true life coming of age story by James J.C. Cooley. Using humor, wit, and engaging storytelling, James paints a picture about his arrival in a rural deep south town and realization that life would never be the same. Cooley lays out his struggle to adjust from city life to country life and back again, sharing his hard-earned lessons to educate, encourage, and enlighten our next generation of leaders and heroes. Get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James J.C. Cooley, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, fun. Kind of feel like Tigger. I don't know if you guys know anything about what's the name of that? Winnie the Pooh. It's fun. Yeah, bouncy. Fun.
Tigger.
I tell you, if you just not coming in, I tell you you have already missed a lot, but we still got another segment to go. And I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Ballin because she asked me some great questions right there. And she's going to continue to dig and find out more about these three, not me. I'm joking, all of us. And we're just going to continue to have fun. So I see that I got another one of my Dr. Stacy. Yeah, you see Dr. Stacy up there, Ballin?
Absolutely. She said, "Hey, Dr. Cooley, good to see you and Dr. Ballin. Hey, Dr. Stacy."
You know what? And she said she beat you to the punchline. Doctor, yep, it's Tigger. Hey, so Stacy, I'm gonna turn it back over to you and turn it back over to Michelle, but you got it right now.
One, I just want to affirm with you all that I love African American men because in your own ways, because of your strength and your courage, you stand and you say, "We are still here," right? Yes. Despite the adversity, despite the challenges, despite how you all are portrayed in ways that don't honor your truth, your beauty, and your magnificence. So I just want you all to know that and to hear that from me as one of your sisters.
Well, thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Dr. Ballin. Yes.
Oh, you are more than welcome. And then, the comment was made um, by someone about the importance of mental health, and I was so happy to hear that, because I find that a lot of folks are not aware that your brain is running everything. So except for some small reflexes, and it's like air traffic control. If it's not working properly, then something about the way you think, feel, behave, or your body functions is going to glitch, right? You got planes that are grounded. Once it won't take off, they're trying to land or take off on the same runways. So you potentially got a hot mess.
Yes.
So what do you all think makes it so difficult for African American men to recognize the importance of mental health or brain health, and to seek, I call it a tutor or a coach to give you some additional tools to be able to deal with whatever challenges you may lack the experience or tools to deal with them? What are those those barriers or those stigmas in terms of how you all think about mental health that gets in the way of getting help?
Who we starting with? Let's start with Thomas.
I think, Thomas. He mentioned
I
mental
think
health.
I think a lot of it has to do with misconceptions that we're supposed to be, quote unquote, a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for me,
when you say a certain way, can you elaborate?
Well, you're supposed to be macho. You're not, like I said earlier, men aren't supposed to cry. I don't know who came up with that theory, but I used to cry from a child to adulthood, and I still cry. I don't know where these misconceptions came from. And then it's a perception of a man by people too, in my opinion. The things that you're not supposed to do. But contrary to that belief, those emotions and feelings are natural and healthy, as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of men, they go into denial. Some have deep depression. They don't know how to get in tune with their inner self. And I mean, I say this, it's been a journey for me. I mean, I'm not by no means at your standard or have the credentials, but this is what I've had to do to get to this point in my life, to realize these things. But I think it's just a lot of misconceptions, and people won't be honest with their feelings and honest with themselves. Like the song say, look at the man in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. So, well, Thomas, I absolutely want to applaud your courage and to share that with us, but also your insights and your understandings and your connection with yourself. And also, I also want to again to applaud you all as friends, because obviously the bond is it's deep, it's meaningful, it's lasting, and it's been extremely nurturing and supportive for you all to reach here to to the points you've reached in your lives. Does anybody else have any thoughts about, again, the challenges that regarding mental health for African American men, and the obstacles and how you overcome it? Chuck D, your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are similar to Thomas. There is a big misconception about how Black men are supposed to act, dress, feel, speak, even walk and even talk, articulate. So there are a lot of tools out there that helps you overcome that stuff and not mask those feelings. I think a lot of guys mask those feelings and hide those feelings because they haven't reached out or looked for any tools to support and understand. Some people don't even realize, I would say not people, but some guys and African American males don't realize that they may be having some mental health issues, right? And they may attribute it to something different than that. And it could be their marriage or the kids or their family member, or it could be work, right? The job, the stress of the job. It can, emasculate itself into a different type of realm. So using the tools, recognizing that there are some issues and how to overcome them is key, I think.
And again, one of the men folk in my village, he was saying that the stressors that he feels are so severe at times, about how he wants to respond, but of course he keeps himself in check with the challenges at work. So when he comes home, he doesn't want to talk about it.
Right.
But so I was curious, do you all talk to each other about mental health, and where you all are about that, and if you think you're not doing as well as you normally would be? Do you all talk to each other about that?
Oh yes, of course, all the
And
time.
about mental health in particular?
Yes, mental health. Yeah. I mean, it goes from the stress of the job, the daily, routine of just going to work, not just getting there, driving to work, or being at work at an event. In my line of work with the Atlanta Hawks, and we host a lot of different shows, basketball games, and concerts and stuff. The stress of making that a successful event, it's overwhelming sometimes, and I talk about it all the time. I have no problem with sharing that with these guys and saying, how tough it is to put on a basketball game, or how tough it is to support a show, or an all-star event, or a family event. It's tough, so I talk about it all the time. And
We talk about, we coming toward the end of the show, and I tell you, this has been fantastic. I think we need to do part two. We need to do part two of this because we always have to stay in touch, stay in contact. We love each other, and it's been an absolute pleasure having each and every last one of you on to come and contribute. But we got so much more that we need to talk about. We can't do it in this show right now. But I tell you, I just want everybody to know that we love you guys. We're gonna continue to do these things. We're gonna continue to have these parties. We're gonna continue to live, and we always gonna continue to contribute love, not hate. So,
And leave somebody else at home next time.
Yeah. So I tell you, that's it for us today. And I tell you what, for the folks out there that was listening and learned a lot, I want to leave you with one thing, like I always want to leave you with: always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. And I tell you, we got some great shows coming your way the rest of the week. Dr. Ballin will be hosting my shows worldwide Thursday and Friday. And we got Dr. Michael Mantel on tomorrow, 360 Degrees of Health. So I want everybody to stay tuned, always stay tuned. And I tell you, learn to love each other, learn to care for each other, learn to share time with each other, learn to not be a little, I don't know what you call it, little sissy. You got to always tell people that you love them, you love them, you love them. No, I'm not going to tell that dude I love him. Oh,
Oh, look at the shoulders.
I love you guys. And let's see, where's Todd? I didn't bring him in.
We've defended Prop 13 for 46 years
There we
against
go.
constant
Talk to
attacks
everybody
from
later.
politicians and special interests.
Hey, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for including me in the conversation,
Hey,
guys.
thank you, Doc.
Medium.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.